Hello, my name is Elena Volkova, and I will first show you about the improvements in our code generator related to the better support of incremental builds. So this is example of a model, a sample model, which one of the approaches that can be used when you are building for different target platforms is to use different TCGS files for different target platforms, but it is possible to use the same workspace output path for both TCGS files. In that case, you will get the same target project for both platforms, and the generated CPP files will be the same, will be put into the same place, but the build folders will be different. So now I'm building the first transformation configuration, and now we see that everything is compiled, and now we can see what is here. So we have a folder with the make files and object files, and also the CPP and H files are here. So now I will build for the other platform. And we also see that all the generated code is compiled. So now we see that we have a different folder with the generated make file and build files, but the source code base is the same. So in this case now, if I will switch back to my first platform that I was used for target for building, I would like to avoid rebuilding of all of the objects, and I would like to get an incremental build instead. And in this release, we have improved the generation, so now it is possible. And if I will now build again my first platform, then you see that rebuild actually is not happening. And what we changed is related to how the common preface is handled. So if you have a common preface and there is something in the common preface, it is generated into this unit name header file, and if we check now how it looks like, then it contains only the common preface and the special comments. But before, it looked like this, and it contained, just for user reference, it contained the path and the name of the TCGS file that was originally generated. And even in the previous case, even that in the contents of this header preface, it is the same. Then also incremental builds will rebuild everything, because the file, this file with a common code, it has been overwritten, and because it contains a new file name. And before, we did not get the advantage of incremental builds in that case. So now this has been fixed, and we are not generating this name anymore. And as you see in this model, this common preface, it is actually inherited from the top parent TCGS, and it is common for both platforms. And that's why we are sure that the contents of the file is the same, and incremental builds are working correctly in this case. So they're not rebuilding everything when you are switching between different target platforms. In case you you have a common preface, and you still need to have something special for your platforms, like this. So you have something special here for your Windows build, and here in the second TCGS, you have something special for your Linux 64 build. So first of all, in this case, incremental builds will be broken, because now if I build this, first I built Win64, everything is rebuilt. And now I build this one. Again, everything is rebuilt. And the problem that is that this incremental build check header file, it contains the common preface that was used. And since now it is changing every time, then every new time you build, it will be, all objects will be rebuilt again. You see, because this header file, it is included into each and every header file in your generated code. Because this is how it works. It contains a common definitions and common things for the compilation of your whole unit, and that's why it's included into each and every header file. So that's why an advice from our side would be to avoid, if you are having the same approach in your build system, to avoid putting these platform-specific things into common preface if it's possible. Put them in some other, maybe external header files. But in case this is something that you cannot avoid, in that case, actually, there could be a solution that I will show now. So you can select a special folder to hold these files. So, for example, here I will type Win64 unit, and here I will create a special file, Win64 unit. And also, I would like this includes do not to include this folder in the includes that are generated in all files. So I do like this. But instead, I will handle these in my inclusion paths. So I will just add this into the inclusion paths, and it will be here. It will be Win64 unit. And in this case, in my inclusion paths, I will Win64 unit, like this. And now I will show you how it will look like. So first, and what will happen in this case. So first I generate for my one platform, the first platform, and I see that everything is rebuilt, but you can notice that this file that holds common preface, it is included into a separate folder. So now we have a special folder holding these files. And when building, we just added this inclusion path pointing to this folder. Next, I will build for my second platform. And again, everything is rebuilt. And we see that now we have these files in two variants, so they do not overwrite each other when you switch between different target platforms. And when I come back to building my first target, which was Win64, I build it. And again, in this case, incremental build is working fine and rebuild is not happening. So in the header files, we have this include, and we do not specify the folder, and the folder is treated in our build settings in this inclusion paths. So this is a suggestion how to make incremental builds work if you cannot avoid having some platform-specific settings in your common preface. In case the common preface is common for all your target platform builds, then incremental builds will be working fine without any additional changes from your side. Do you have any questions about this?